want to show them your jeans. They look so nice. You got at Costco. Yeah, I can't get over how cute they are. Yeah, they look really nice.
Thank you, man.
I was surprised. Those are the Lucky brand?
Yeah, I bought 2 there because when you see them, you gotta grab them.
Yeah, I never have my size at Costco,
I
but
got those last year.
they hold up well.
We've got we're getting in the holiday mode.
Yeah. Did you get your cauliflower escabeche?
I did, and then I have the stuffed grape leaves. They are vegan. And then on the bottom, I just got that, what is it? They had the cauliflower curry.
Oh yeah, the pilaf.
Yeah.
That's nice.
And I have
Got
a
one of your
falafel.
falafels.
I haven't had those in a while.
Got
so.
some funny sunlight making all these orbs.
Yeah.
Sorry. And I got riced cauliflower with steel cut oats, and I topped it. There's also a piece of roasted cauliflower buried down in there. I topped it with black and white sesame seeds, hemp seeds, cinnamon, slivered almonds, raisins. Oh, I didn't do any toasted coconut this week.
I forgot to share with everybody. I also got these citrus olives.
I'm trying to get you out of the orb.
Yeah.
There's a light orb that's making it.
Marinated in, it's like
there we go.
Citrusy.
Yeah.
They're really yummy.
Hey guys, here at Walgreens with a handy dandy draggy cart. It's like Aveeno came out with some masks. $20 says we flip these over and they've got fragrance in them. Oh, looky there. Yep. Yep. So we're gonna skip all of those. I like their ultra calming line, although if you were sensitive to feverfew extract, they do have that in their ultra calming line. Feverfew is kind of in the family of chrysanthemum, and for some people it can be irritating. And it's in that Neutrogena sheer mineral sunscreen that I wore as face makeup for Halloween, and I definitely could smell it, you guys. The feverfew. It's kind of got a little subtly earthy floral scent to it. The main allergen in the feverfew is this parthenolide, and they end up taking that out in the processing, so it's less risky than it might seem, but it still can cause problems for people. I actually really like the SPF 30 sunscreen, but again, it does have the feverfew in it, but it's otherwise fragrance free, and it has ceramides, and it's zinc and titanium dioxide, and the cast is not too horrible. It's only SPF 30 though, so that's why the cast is more doable. It's just a lighter SPF. There's not as much going on in there, and if you're a darker skin type, it's still going to show up, so be aware of that. I don't want to paint a false picture of hope with the cast. This is their broad spectrum SPF 15, which is a chemical sunscreen. That's almost like a waste of time, SPF 15, because you see how I put on sunscreen. I hope that I get to the SPF on the label, but most people don't put it on in that many layers, and so they end up getting like a third of what they're supposed to on their skin, and they don't get enough of the SPF, so that you end up with like an SPF of 5 with this. Plus it's a chemical sunscreen, so you're relying on avobenzone for UVA protection, and avobenzone in American chemical sunscreens is usually not super reliably stable. It degrades with time, so you start losing your UVA protection, but it'll maintain the SPF. SPF is UVB protection, not UVA. So, you know, you'll lose out on that, and there's no metric that we use to quantify UVA protection. You know, other countries use like a PA rating system, which is not perfect. You know, the UVA rating systems are all each with their own unique set of flaws. But we just don't really do anything. We have a pass-fail system. And when you compare American chemical sunscreens to European and Canadian ones, we are much less comprehensive in the spectrum of coverage that our chemical sunscreens offers. Because SPF, you know, if the SPFs are the same, it doesn't mean the sunscreens are the same in terms of their quality and what they offer for broad spectrum coverage. But there's really no way, you know, as a consumer to judge that. Even, you know, I can kind of make some educated guesses, but there's no way to know that without any objective rating system or, you know, comparator. Their ultra calming hydrating gel cleanser is rather nice as well, again with the feverfew. I don't like wipes. They leave behind a residue that can cause problems if you don't wash it off. Wipes are a common cause of allergic contact dermatitis. Wipes and micellar waters. Speaking of micellar water, I really like the simple micellar water gel cleanser. It is very nice. It's a cleanser, but they use micellar quote water in it. It's fragrance free. I don't have it here though. This is a great product for keratosis pilaris on the face, the Walgreens brand Alpha Hydroxy Face Cream. It's fragrance free and it has glycolic acid in it, which functions as both a humectant and a light exfoliant. This isn't when you use a product like this though, it does start to remove some of the dead skin cells off the top surface layer of your skin, which is great for keratosis pilaris. But in removing some of that cruddy stuff, you lose a little bit of your UV filter, if you will. So you have to be pretty diligent with sun protection. But this is good. It does sting going on, but this is a good product for people with keratosis pilaris on the cheeks. Just put it on the cheeks. Like, don't put this around your eyes or around the mouth area. So I always get questions about what are my thoughts on the in-shower wet skin moisturizers. These are just kind of guiding you to use a moisturizer in the way that you should, which is applying it onto damp skin. This Curel product, the Hydrotherapy, is actually really nice. I've used it before. It's a little pricey. Is it $13? It supposedly some of the moisturizing components kind of get released through the hydration of an outer capsular coating, I think. It's got ceramides in it, lactic acid, which is an alpha hydroxy acid that in something like this is largely just a humectant. It has shea butter in it and mineral oil. I mean, this is actually a really good product, but like the whole idea of putting it on in the shower, I mean, that's how you should be using your moisturizer anyway. As soon as you get out of the shower while your skin is still damp, that's when you put on moisturizer. Don't wait till your skin dries, or don't towel off your skin. And then the moisturizer just kind of sits there like a film. The Dry Skin Therapy. Apply daily. What's the difference with this one? I've never used this particular one. This has citrus peel. Yeah, don't use that one. Use the Hydrotherapy one. What does Itch Defense have in it? I like the CeraVe itch cream, by the way. Eucalyptus. Ugh. Yeah, skip those two. Yeah, these two both have fragrance-free stuff, but the Hydrotherapy wet skin moisturizer is pretty good. So when I talked about the Vichy Mineral Matte Soft Sheer Lotion in a video, what was that, last weekend? I think some people were confused and they thought I was talking about this product. This is the American version, and so it doesn't have Mexeril in it. So it doesn't have the great extended spectrum coverage. But the issue with that particular sunscreen I found is that it is incredibly irritating around the eyes. And some of you say you tolerate it well, and that's great. But Mexeril is known to be irritating around the eyes and cause sensitivity around the eyes. So be cautious of that if you use the one from Canada. That being said, I find a lot of the times that avobenzone stings around the eyes. And the Canadian one, in addition to Mexeril, has avobenzone in it, so it may be the combination of the two that make that one particularly irritating around the eyes for many of us. This is a really nice reparative skin balm, and if you live somewhere with harsh winters and you have to cope with windburn, I highly recommend this. It's very nice. It's a really nice heavy-duty occlusive balm, but it's got Medecaside in it from Centella asiatica, and that's been shown in laboratory studies to facilitate healing. It's still pretty preliminary evidence, but it seems to be well tolerated. This also has panthenol in it, which your cells in your skin can take up and convert to vitamin B5 and use for their function, so that's a good ingredient. Yeah, I love this, and it doesn't have anything in it that is likely to clog pores or exacerbate acne. That being said, heavy moisturizers like this for some people with acne can precipitate a flare. Likewise, for people with rosacea, sometimes really heavy occlusive moisturizers sting and burn and can precipitate a flare. So this is not, there's no guarantee that this won't do those things, particularly if you have those skin tendencies. But it's really good otherwise. La Roche-Posay's Melody Pigment Control Serum is actually a good product for those of you who are interested in using a kojic acid product. It does have alcohol denaturing in it. See my video on alcohols in skincare, because that is not an ingredient that you necessarily have to state yes or no on. And in a product like this, it actually can be really helpful. They also put it in their Effaclear pore refining serum, that's salicylic acid. In addition to kojic acid, this also has salicylic acid, which is a beta hydroxy acid that can be helpful in brightening skin as well as controlling acne related issues. And in addition to that and kojic acid, it also has glycolic acid, which can help to remove some damaged skin cells. Oh, I love the Hydro Boost fragrance-free body gel cream. It works quite well on the face. This is not going to be labeled non-comedogenic, so no guarantees that it won't exacerbate somebody's acne, but that's the case with any product. This is low risk though. It's a good one you can use on your face, your body.
Got a Maybelline cream eyeshadow, and it
wasn't any
useless. Yeah, you'd put it on, there was nothing there.
For those of you who like to use body wash, Cetaphil has a decent fragrance-free one that is not too drying. It doesn't have, it has sodium lauryl sulfate as opposed to sodium lauryl sulfate, but the thing about body washes or soaps, is that they do dissolve your lipid barrier regardless of how gentle they are. So I don't recommend using them on like your extremities, your legs, or your arms. There's just not a lot of sebaceous oil glands on those areas. I also really like CeraVe's Hydrating Body Wash, but it's pretty expensive at $12 for this little bottle. So I shared this on my Instagram recently, but Differin has come out with a dark spot correcting serum that is a 2% hydroquinone product for basically improving post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation related to healing acne. This actually, though, doesn't offer anything unique over Ambi Fade Cream or like Natty Nola. It is a 2% hydroquinone, which is the approved, the concentrations of hydroquinone you will find in over-the-counter products here in the States. And it has fragrance, as with all over-the-counter 2% hydroquinone products. It has fragrance in it, and you guys know that can be sensitizing and irritating. Hydroquinone alone is irritating, and the combination of the two can cause problems that set you back in your journey away from hyperpigmentation. I have a video on hydroquinone. It's more than safe. The issue with hydroquinone, South Africa had to ban hydroquinone because they had some bad reactions in products with hydroquinone. Turns out those products were laden with mercury and super potent topical steroids that don't belong, that are not supposed to be used on the face without medical supervision. So people were having really bad adverse outcomes with those products. And hydroquinone kind of got a bad rap by being guilty by association, but it's actually very safe. Most common side effect is irritation. The pseudoochranosis side effect, yeah, that is a risk, but it's incredibly rare. And it still can occur. And you can get rebound hyperpigmentation after you stop using it. It's just not a perfect ingredient. I don't have a problem with it being over the counter, but I do see the side of just taking it off over the counter, because a lot of consumers get really confused on how to use it and end up getting really irritated by it and then giving up on it. So I don't know. It's best to use this just to the areas of hyperpigmentation, not to widespread areas, because you don't want to affect the melanocyte function of normally functioning melanocytes. It's really just to target those that are contributing to the hyperpigmentation and get them kind of in check. But it's not a perfect ingredient, but it's the most well studied for skin brightening, and it is what is in compounded Triluma cream, which is hydroquinone along with tretinoin and a low potency topical steroid that functions in that prescription product to reduce the irritation that inevitably occurs with hydroquinone and tretinoin. And that product should be prescription only because it's got the topical steroid in it, and it should be done under medical supervision, but just to make sure you're not having adverse side effects. So yeah, but yeah, this isn't any more unique than say Ambifade cream. It's a fragrance containing hydroquinone cream. Hey guys, so I'm gonna try a little baking in addition to my Cebu, which I should probably remember to take when I get home. I'm gonna try and take that on a daily basis. If you're wondering what Cebu is, check out yesterday's vlog where we had an introduction to Cebu. My boo Cebu. Anyways, on iHerb I also got this Lakanto monk fruit sweetened brownie mix. I thought I would give this a whirl. It looked interesting. I've had their, you guys know I like their drinking chocolate, and you also can now get that on iHerb, FYI. I used to only be able to get that on Amazon, but they started carrying it on good old Herb. Anyways, this is keto friendly for those of you who follow the ketogenic diet. It's just tapioca fiber, rice flour, cocoa, monk fruit, and erythritol, brown rice, oat fiber, natural flavors. It's got cognac and xanthan gum, baking powder, and salt mixed in. Anyways, you're supposed to add 2 eggs and half a cup of coconut oil and some water. But to make this vegan, I'm going to do a egg replacement, which is 3 tablespoons of ground flaxseed meal, a tablespoon of chia seeds, and like 10 tablespoons of water. Kind of looks eggy. Just like a binder, basically. It won't rise, I don't believe, like this is intended to, but we'll give it a go. And then in lieu of all of this coconut oil, I'm actually going to use some of this canned pumpkin because my mom has a lot of it, and I think that would be good with the brownies. So we'll see how it comes out. This is also gluten-free, FYI, if you have celiac disease, or dermatitis herpetiformis, and you need to avoid gluten. Smells really good, chocolatey. Better not inhale the baking mix. Looks like the kind of thing that you could probably add water to and then eat it if you like brownie batter. I think that would be a nice salmonella-free way to get brownie batter, to just add water to this. All right, we're gonna mix in the egg and bind her up. Some of you all have commented that you have trouble digesting chia seeds, and I would agree. They are a bit of a digestive challenge. I found that if I put them in my oatmeal while it's cooking, and I don't put a full serving, then I'm able to handle them in small, heated quantities. But I don't know how that affects their nutrient profile. It just makes them a little bit easier to tolerate. Like I saw one YouTuber eat a chia seed pudding that was like 1/4 of a cup of chia seeds in one sitting. I was like, wow, how does that pass through? Well, it's like cement. Yummy. He knows the pumpkin is out. Oh, he's smart, yeah, you know that?
He can have that. That's good for him.
In they go, 325 degrees for 30 minutes. All right, so I ended up baking these at 325 degrees as indicated, but I ended up baking them for an hour because the Pyrex that I put these in is smaller than what they suggested, so they're gonna be a little bit taller. So I just doubled the baking time so that it would be baked all the way through. But they are completely cool, so I'm gonna cut into them. We're gonna give them a try-Z. Let's see. Alright, there's a crosshatch. You can see they're really fudgy in the center. My mom's gonna give one a taste test here. But they look really good. I don't know. We'll see.
Having our late afternoon coffee and a homemade. Oh, it looks so rich.
Yeah.
You know, you'd think, my God, this is really a decadent brownie.
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
Wait before you steak. It may taste like charcoal.
Well, now that you put that idea in my head.
It's gooey.
That's it. It's all the... The texture's there and everything, but I don't get any chocolate.
It's not chocolatey?
I don't taste any chocolate.
You know, when they were baking, it didn't smell particularly brownie-ish in here.
Try it and see what you think. It looks kind of like one of those molten cakes.
Yeah, it does. It looks like a chocolate cake more. It looks more cakey, like chocolate cake. But you don't get a strong chocolate taste. Maybe to improve it, I should add cocoa powder next time to give it more chocolatey taste.
The chocolate chip. Monk fruit brownie going in.
Yeah, it's not chocolatey. Like if you were really hankering for chocolate, this is not going to cut it.
You would
does not
look
have a
at this
chocolate.
and say, "Oh, good, I'm going to have my chocolate fix."
It doesn't taste
But
like
then
chocolate.
when you taste it, there's no chocolate to be had.
Yeah. Tybee, shh.
He
knows what's in there. His B-A-L-L.
It's not like you go, ew, I can't eat this. I mean, it's just not what you expect a brownie to
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you're craving a brownie, this is not going to meet your expectations. Your brain might think so at first when you first put it in your mouth, but it doesn't taste super chocolatey. I like it though because it's not sweet. Maybe if you put egg in it, it bakes up more dense. Tybee's convinced there's something He's convinced there's something behind the dishwasher, the washing machine. What?
One of those dryer BALLS fell out when I pulled the table.
He knows it's back there. How does he know?
Tybee, I can't even see the dryer ball. All I see is dust.
He goes, I need you to focus, Mom. I need you to focus. I need you to focus. My head is too big to fit back there.
I'm gonna vacuum that.
Try again. Try again.
Oh, Tybee.
Mom, you can't give up like that.
Tybee, look at the dust that came out of there. How embarrassing.
Victory! So, you guys, Tybee insisted, and I ended up giving in. I don't know how he knew this, but I walked back there and I reached my foot around behind the washer dryer, and I could feel the little white dryer ball, and I kicked it out. I don't know how he knew that was back there. He sensed that the dryer ball was behind the washing machine and dryer and would not rest until we got it out. You're so smart.
Yeah, because I even forgot that I had lost that one. I got that one at Marshall's, that set of two, and they work really well. So when I was in Dollar Tree, they had them, and I thought, oh, I'll get another. 4 ought to be better if 2 is good. But the ones from Dollar Tree are so hard, they make a racket in the dryer. I can't stand it. So that's how come he ended up with those 2 pink ones.
Little boy.
But I don't know how he knew that that one was back there.
I'm just smart, guys. I'm just smart. I can't explain it. Having a little French press here. My mom is going back for a second non-chocolatey brownie.
Now that I said too, just to make sure. Is it time to say goodbye?
I think I'm gonna close out the vlog here, you guys. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you liked this video, I'll probably have stuff in my teeth. Give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.